when the when the classic races on the calendar. Unfortunately, we may no longer be racing on this circuit anymore. So so unfortunately, make the most of it really. As I have a feeling that only this season and next season for the elite guys will be racing on here before Hockenheim disappears. Before Hockenheim disappears off the calendar, unfortunately. Which is a big shame, really. I must admit, especially after this season. Wow, what a race that was, wasn't it, earlier on? And just before we get into any of the like racing and things like that, let's just quickly share the stream out to the world, and we'll get going in just a few minutes' time. Yeah, so as I'm mucking about with technology, it's never my friend. We got the Hockenheim circuit map up on the screen right now. We have 17 turns around this little old circuit. It's 2.8 miles long or 4.5 kilometers depending on your unit of measure. Kimi Räikkönen holds the lap record of a 1:13.7 way back in 2004. Blimey, that seems like a while ago, doesn't it? But to be honest, you used to see quite a lot of lap records, didn't you, from back in 2004? So it's but you see they're getting broken quite regularly these days, aren't they? As I'm just quickly trying to find the stream, and we'll get going. We've got 17 drivers. We've got 17 drivers then in the lineup tonight. So this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. I'm really looking forward to this one. We've had an epic season of the Elite League so far, haven't we? It's been action wherever you go. It's been absolutely brilliant stuff. Of course, then before we get into any racing stuff, of course, we've got to mention that it was Rockatoni's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Rockatoni. I hope he enjoyed himself. And of course, then from the Super League, we have Harry's birthday as well today, so happy birthday to you, mate, and I hope you're having a good day. And we will be, and of course, we'll also be mentioning that on stream tomorrow as well. But yeah, hopefully Harry's going to have. I hope Harry's had a good day. Of course, also Matt's son's birthday as well. So the other Harry as well. So happy birthday to him. I hope he's having a great day. To be honest, around my neck of the woods, it was actually a nice day. So hopefully it was a nice day wherever he was today, and wherever Harry was, or Rockatoni was as well. Anyway, so we are just getting ready. We're just going to get down to business then. Before we do so, I think I've done my pre-race usuals of struggling to get the links everywhere. We are going to be ready to go in just a few moments' time, but before we do so, let's take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship, shall we? It's ridiculously close. To be honest, one wrong move and you're going to be, you will be dropping down quite a fair few positions, won't you? So in the Drivers' Championship, then Vanquish is leading, and I don't want to go onto YouTube Premium. Unknown Ferraris TA. I think that's, hopefully I've said that right. If not, I apologise. BP Goat. Yes, and Valo Benito. Excellent. We've got 18 drivers in there. Great stuff. Anyway, yeah, we've got just take a quick look here. Just taking a quick look to see what's going on. I have a feeling. Listen. So I'm just taking a quick look down, and no, don't worry. Dave's got to it quicker. Excellent stuff. To be honest, I can't do two things at once. Anyway, we will be kicking off right now, but this is a good opportunity actually, just to take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. As I was saying a minute ago, yeah, Vanquish is leading, but only by 2 points. 133 points so far at this stage of the season. Only round 12. Jamie is second on 131. We've got a big old gap starting to develop, haven't we? 100 points for Deneen. He's 33 points back so far. Samster is not raced tonight. He's just started uni, so yeah, he of course I think that's where the best days begin, isn't it, really, uni? Yeah, I think yeah, so Samster unfortunately won't be racing tonight, but he's been win or bust for Samster, isn't it, this season. If he can get some some momentum going, he would be, he'd definitely be in contention. He's only 57 points behind now. That's how incredible the season's been this season. It's been amazing. Hills are up, the Greek driver, of course. He had that incredible race back in Monaco and also Canada as well. He's on 71.62 points behind. He jumped up 2 positions. Blaz and Crazy Power dropped down 1, respectively. Jacob, incredible race last time out, and he's in 8th now on 56 points. 51 points for Slim, and 49 for 49 for Flying Sods. Then, as you can see, we're just having a quick look at this beautiful Hockenheim track. David just said, "Go BP," and of course, where is BP at the moment in the championship? I think BP is he's 14th at the moment on 36 points so far. BP has and to be honest, I think he's been a bit unlucky so far this season. He's had 6 starts, but unfortunately he's had 3 DNFs, so he needs to get some momentum back on his side, doesn't he, BP? And hopefully he could do it today, of course, driving the McLaren, the beautiful McLaren. Just waiting for Blaz then to get himself going, and then hopefully we should be there. Nigel there gets a he said he gets an invite and gets kicked. I think as we're just taking a look at the track there yeah. Anyway, well, let's move it along nicely, shall we? So we're on round 12 then, of course. So far then, Hockenheim then, what can we tell you about this circuit then, Ty? It was heavily modified, wasn't it, after the 2001 race? It was actually I must not prefer the old track. There used to be a long blast through the trees, didn't it? 45 laps it used to be around here, and it was a proper engine breaker, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Gerhard Berger found that out to his cost back in '96, didn't he? A couple laps away from victory, and then Damon Hill snatched over it. But a year later, it was a bit of a fairy tale story. A year later, wasn't it? After all the issues that Gerhard Berger was facing in his personal life, he came missing 3 races as well. He came back and put it on pole position and won incredibly well. Of course, that was Benetton's. Was that Benetton's last win as under that name? I think it was, actually, wasn't it, for Gerhard Berger? So so that was a fairy tale. Ending for Gerhard Berger. So that was his final time he raced here as well, wasn't it? 97 before retiring from Formula 1. We got McLaren, got a Mercedes out of the pits. Then I think that's Hills up, the Greek driver, and. When Gerhard Berger came here, he seemed to own this track, didn't he? Because he also won back in '94 as well on the Ferrari, didn't he? So, Gerhard Berger seemed to just a switch seemed to take place, didn't he? A bit like Massa in Turkey, because when Massa was having a difficult time in his career, Turkey, he was just absolutely flying there, wasn't he? So Gerhard Berger, very similar to what was going on there. In his career. You can see them. So then Hockenheim, then expect a bit of rain, I would say. Can be very varied out here. We can be very varied out here in Hockenheim, and in terms of the weather, can it? So really, and of course, the 2019 race, absolutely stunning race, wasn't it? Brilliant race. We expected something similar like that tonight. To us, I'm expecting better from the Elite guys. Don't think there has not been a boring race at all, and there's not been a boring race at all in the Elite League this year. It's been incredible, hasn't it? Enjoyed every second of it as well. So just taking a look then at Slim coming through then. Of course, Slim he's got a new driving style, hasn't he? Of course, in the Alfa Romeo, he's been a bit unlucky this season, hasn't he? Of course, he missed 2 or 3 rounds as well. Midway through, earlier on, I think it was Canada and Monaco. He missed around that, but he's coming around now and he's going to complete a lap here, and he's on the hard compound tyre then. So you can see we've got 3 DRS zones around here, and flicking it into turn 1. I got to say, turn 1 is becoming very difficult. It can make or break your lap, really. It's so early on. I'm going yellow flag in 1 because Hills is gone already. Let's just take a look, see where he's gone. I think it's at the exit of turn 1. And that is a major blow for the Greek driver. He's just big enough. Hills as well. Of course, remember, he won 2 races this season, hasn't he? In Canada and Monaco. And unfortunately, he is not going to be able to contest in this qualifying session anymore. He is out. We're on board with Summerellis. Where is he? And his car's disappeared. But I think it's the extra turn 1. As I said, it can make or break your qualifying session, not just in terms of the getting your lap time deleted, but also but also in terms of like getting your car destroyed as well. Look at that, Slim there just coming into the fast zone as well. He's gone wide, and somehow as he kept out the wall, he's done a very good job there. But there is a Toro Rosso really close behind Slim there. Is Blas coming into the final turn now. Remember, they was on two. It was on the compound tire was 2-step different, wasn't it? Blas goes fast on the 13.3 at the moment. Blas flying into turn 1 there. And Slim there he's just trying to recover now. Slim is he's just trying to get himself back on track, but that is not ideal at all for the start for Slim. Now, of course, I think that Slim was just trying hard to compound tires. Remember, we were losing 2 drivers in this first section. As Deneen then, of course, further in the championship mode. There's a 12-0, good time for Deneen. But Slim there is now going for it again. We've got a yellow flag in 3. Who is that? That is Flying Sauce. He's not flying at the moment. T. Sammy goes third fast at the moment in the Williams there as we've got another out from here. That is Slim there just getting out of the way. Flying Sauce on the lap. Now here's Jacob, the hero of Silverstone. Listen to these incredible stats there for Jacob this season. He's had 4 pole positions. He's been absolutely immense in qualifying. Actually, 4 pole positions in 11 rounds. That's incredible. Can he do anything today? Well, he's about to start his lap now. I think that lap might have been invalidated, so he's going to have to go around again. And coming out the pit lane there, wasn't he? That was a very sharp. I wonder if that was a sharp intake of breath there. As he might have been nearer into the inside wall more than he would like to have been there. Yes. So in this session, what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to lose 2 slow cars. So 16 and 17 we're aiming to line up. Unfortunately, I think we've already lined up one of them. It's the Hills Are Up. It's out of qualifying. It's not like the old qualifying system where if you broke down or crashed, you could just run back to the pit lane. You can't do that anymore. There's no T cars in Formula 1 anymore, is there? And that's a big shame, isn't it? That's a big shame, isn't it? For Hills Are Up already in this session. And just taking a look and getting out of the way is Slim. Now coming into the final few corners. Now turn 16 and 17 goes over the AstroTurf area. You can see darts to the inside there, but the Flying Sauce at 11.7. Good time indeed. Slim now comes across the line to the 24. Good stuff. What about Jacob? Jacob then the hero from Silverstone dominating on board of him now. Got yellow flags fluttering around out there. And I got a yellow flag in 1 as well. I'm hoping that it's just someone down. I hope. Jacob that comes across the line. DRS enabled. He is through and into. Well, he's invalidated this time again. So as we were saying, track limits around here are very brutal. Here's I tell you what, the winner of my favourite race in history, and that Belgian race, incredible race, wasn't it? Of course, we had Belgium on this year as a tribute to Anton Hubert, and I tell you what. That race was an absolute fitting tribute. It was an absolutely cracking race. That wasn't it, in the Elite League? It was one of the best races of all time, in my opinion. I still can't get over it. It's absolutely fantastic stuff. The Hills Are Up there. It's just mentioned in the comments as Ozone goes 5th fast at the moment in the Racing Point. Ozone just mentioned there that he's so bad. Marcus has gone, hi all, hi Marcus Smith, hope you're doing well today. And just as like you're coming into the Sachs curve now, then of course, yeah, as I said, then he won the Belgian Grand Prix on this year. Back on board the Renault driver here tonight, and he's coming into 16 and 17 now because he's on that keeping it in track limits then. Unfortunately, his teammate has struggled so far, but what does Yor do? He goes third fast at the moment. There's his teammate just in the background now. Can't Jacob set a time? He does set a time, and not only that, he sets a great time indeed. 11.6 so far for Jacob, as he's the king of pole positions. Samster's the king of qualifying at the moment, isn't he? 5 pole positions so far for Samster. Jacob is on 4. He could equal that tonight because Samster won't be able to reply at the moment, as he has got some. I would say it's probably slightly more important today, of course, with uni stuff going on. And I think Vanquish has just gone to 4th on BP then, as you can see, and hopefully we got a load of fans then cheering out for BP. I'm sure of it. Of course, then as he's coming now down into the hairpin, this is where the action is really going to hot up, isn't it? Of course, one of my earliest memories of that corner. There's yellow flag in 1. Hopefully, it's someone just getting out of the way. Just under 10 minutes to go now in this qualifying session. Remember, this is Q1. This is not to line up the grid. This is just to line up 16 and 17 at the moment. We've also got to mention. I must admit, I've come into this broadcast so lot, and I haven't actually mentioned that we have got a returnee. It's Lennon. Lennon Meringue, or he used to be known as. Now he's Lennon Stepo. Yeah. So, but anyway, we're just gonna call him Lennon. Of course, he's driving the Red Bull today. Is Dutch Dave is not available today. BP goes full fastest, decent time there from the McLaren driver, and you can see then he then gets off the gas straight away. And then as he started to cruise around then. So as it stands at the moment then, we have Dan Murphy, who hasn't set a time yet, nor is Lucas, nor is Jamie, nor is Rocket Tony, of course, making a long-awaited return last week, didn't he, in Silverstone. Great to see Rocket Tony back, and great to see Cole Andy back as well. And of course it was like Back to the Future, wasn't it? It was great stuff. And now we've got Lennon back as well. It's great to see some of the IRC all-time greats that are making their return here, and in the Elite as well. It's brilliant stuff. It just feels right, doesn't it? And talking of feeling right, here's Lennon now coming on the back straight. As I was saying earlier, we've got 3 DRS zones around here, and one on the back straight here. Then we've got in between. Then we've got one in on the start finish straight, and also one in between turn 1 and 2. And now Lennon there accelerating away. He's on the soft compound tyres now. Of course, the compound tyres this year are just soft, medium, and hard. There's none of these ultra soft, hyper soft, super hard. Also, I think we've never seen super hard ones during the last season, which was in well, I don't think we actually seen the super hard at all, did we? We did see the hard tyre once last season, which was in Silverstone. It looks really odd, the blue stripe up there. Really did, didn't it? Hopefully, well, if we go to see blue stripes today, we possibly can with the weather. I haven't had a weather update yet, but to be honest, I quite like that because it makes it a bit more exciting, doesn't it? Now to the stadium section as well for Lennon in. Let's see what he can do. Has he got a bit of rust? Has he? Has he got a bit of driver rust? And coming across the line now, Lennon, DRS enabled. What is he doing? Not at all. Not at all. The Red Bull driver goes third fastest. Great time there from Lennon. And you can see then slowing down straight away. What about Rocket Tony? His teammate is on track at the moment. We've also got Lucas out there as well, accelerating away. Oh, 5-second penalty for Lennon there. And what is that? Oh dear, for illegal blocking there. That, I think that's a 5-place grid penalty for Lennon. That is not good at all. I don't think that was intentional. And Codemasters probably assumed it was intentional. Oh no, that's a big blow for Lennon, isn't it? Because he got straight on the pace straight away, and then he got a 5-place grid penalty. Oh, that is not good at all, is it? As just clearing all the notifications going on. Anyway, just watching Lucas there. He's on the hard compound tyre as well, similar to what Slim was doing earlier. What about the last corner? Lucas comes through the last corner. Then we got 7 minutes to go, and he goes a length fast at the moment. 15.3. Don't worry about it. He's on the hard compound tyre. The delta is probably over a second. So I haven't been officially confirmed, but I assume it's over a second. Murphy's just starting his lap move as well. Just taking a look at Maxi. So Maxi flicking it into the stadium station now, and you can see that Maxi was late to arrive, but he's here now, isn't he? On board of him, and he's in the Alfa Romeo. Then what's he going to do then? At the moment, he's only got 3 points from 5 races so far. Maxi he's a driver of his talent. He should have a lot more than that, shouldn't he? But hopefully, but there's been a lot of bad luck, hasn't there, this season for a lot of drivers. That's what's made this season amazing, hasn't it? Maxi goes 8 fast at the moment. Blaz is still circulating around on the same soft tyres as he started this on. Rocket Tony's back in the pits areas. We've got Jamie who hasn't ventured out yet either. Slim is also on track at the moment. Look at that, he's 7 seconds up. Slim is at the moment. I got to say, talking of bad luck, Slim has had a lot of bad luck this season, hasn't he? Remember in France, he got a puncture, didn't he? He got a puncture under the safety car. It was just unreal to see, wasn't it? He goes fastest on 11.5. Brilliant stuff. I think I've been shouted. Sorry about that, my cheating. Anyway, yeah, and we've got 5 minutes to go then in this session. Then Slim has gone on pole, has gone fast at the moment. Whilst we're on an interval there, Murphy is up into 4th now. Got yellow flags floating out in sector, in sector 1. Rocket Tony coming down the back straight on. So at the moment then we've got Jamie and Rocket Tony who still haven't set a time yet in this race, and now he's coming to the airport now then. And oh, I haven't missed anything in the comment section and stuff. Rocket Tony just getting out of the way then. I think he was seeing, yes, he has seen a Toro Rosso behind him. They might even be called, they might be called something else. What I think, what's it, Alpha AlphaTauri or something like that they're meant to be called next year. I'm not sure about that. But well, to be honest, I do get a bit excited when teams do get new names. Murphy coming in the pits then. See the pit entrance there is just is it the final? Is it the just before the final corner there? And I'm just watching Vanquish. Of course, he's leading the championship at the moment, only by 2 points. Where's his championship rival at the moment? He's still in the pits as it stands currently. And Rocket Tonin is just about to begin his lap. Jamie's out of the pits as well now. We've got Maxi, who's on a lap. Is he attacking? He is attacking, isn't he? He's in 10th position at the moment. And what's he doing as he comes around the final couple of corners now? He is in the pits. So I think he was just seeing how, what how the car responds to. So let's take a look at Rocket Tonin. And Rocket Tonin in the second corner now. He's got just under 4 minutes to go, so this is going to get very tasty indeed, isn't it? Looking forward to this. This is going to get absolutely mesmerising, isn't it? Rocket Tonin, what can he do then at the moment? He's in the drop zone. That's just Jamie at the moment. A lot can happen in 3 minutes. So these cars, well, a lot can happen a lot in Formula 1 in 3 minutes. It's a complete different world, isn't it? From 3 minutes where you just turn around and then you come back. Anyway, Rocket Tonin, the Irishman, what can he do then? I wonder how he's feeling after his birthday celebrations yesterday. I wonder if he's feeling a bit worse for wear today, or maybe he had the birthday celebrations on the weekend, or maybe even he might have them this weekend. And of course we've got Caleb first gone and said, "Let's go Vanquish!" Definitely, he is leading the championship on Vanquishes. He is one of the most dominating drivers you'll ever see in online racing, isn't he? He's been absolutely phenomenal this season. Though I tell you what, I love this start. Dave mentioned it to us in France, I think. As Rocket Tonin goes 12th fast at the moment in the Red Bull. Yeah, Dave mentioned it in France, where Rocket Tonin, that was the first time he lost the lead of IRC Championship in 28 races. Think about that, 28 races. That's incredible, isn't it? That's over a season. Of course, last season in the first ever Elite League, he did 2 others. It did look like he did dominate in terms of the numbers and stuff, but we had some epic races, didn't we? And yeah, Vanquish. I think Vanquish didn't really look back last year, did he? The cars, he loved it, didn't he? He was absolutely dominating. But this season is anything but, isn't he? 2 points in front of this man here, Jamie. And we've had some cracking races, haven't we? Of course, look at the back end there, trying to step out there, and he caught him wide, and he had all sorts of issues there, didn't he? So he's coming through the Sachs curve now. I love that Sachs curve. It's a really good corner to drive. I don't think Vettel likes it as much, though, unfortunately, as he ended his race there in 2018. And Jamie comes across the line, and he goes only 10th for the moment. Jamie does. That's interesting, isn't it? So very interesting indeed. Then is as Jamie there comes down into turn 2. He's just getting out of the way. Ramirez is on the lap at the moment. He's a 10th for a second up at the moment. Blaz is also on the lap. He's 4 tenths of a second up. Blaz is. So Blaz has definitely got a lot to show. Hills wraps out qualifying. Lucas is in the drop zone at the moment. So the 2 Greeks are not looking too good at the moment. We got Ozone out of the pits. This is going to get very spicy indeed, isn't it? Now Ramirez coming through the final corner. On board with Ramirez then. The hero from France. What does he do? He goes 9th fast to Ramirez. Is that going to be enough? We'll find out in just a few moments' time. Jamie is on a cool down lap. Blaz is on the lap at the moment. And he is coming out of the hairpin now. And Sunrise is retired from the session. I think he is happy. Well, he's happy with his time, definitely. So Sam Morales there is in 9th position then currently. Is Jamie going to go around again? Well, we're going to find in a minute. Blazed is him. Must have invalidated his time. That's why he's gone off the. That's why he's dropped off the pace then. And he's going to go around again. So then, who isn't safe? I don't think Rocket Tony's safe on a 13. You know, he is 1.2 seconds in front of Ozone, but I think Ozone's got a lot quicker than that. Jamie there is Jamie coming in the pits. Blaz is retired. Blaz is retired from the session. Oh no! So Blaz is retired from the session. He is only 13th. Jamie's going around again. Blaz's car then just pulls off. Jamie there flicks it into turn 1. I think that was beautiful, wasn't it? It was beautiful. Jamie carries on then, going into turn 2 now then. So Jamie is doing all right at the moment. Ozone's on track at the moment, and so is Lucas. So we're going to stay on board Lucas, and Rocket Tony ain't going to be able to respond. Nor is Blaz. So if Ozone, Lucas, and Lucas go quicker, we might see the. Well, I think we're going to see one. So Blaz might have done a shrewd call here. So yeah, because of course Hills wraps out, isn't he? Lord, that was a lot of curve there. Did he cut the corner? He's carried on. He's 2 seconds up. Lucas as he's flying in. Of course, remember he did his first time on the hard compound tire. Now coming into the side screen now. A lovely shot. Look at how the cars are being worked around there. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed then as they come now into turn 16 and 17 then. And you can see the drag strip there cause all sorts of problems in it for the F1 guys. Yellow flag in 2. Oh no, Ozone is, I think Ozone's done. Oh no, he's out of the qualifying. That means he's out of the, he didn't set a time, he's out of qualifying. Ozone and Hills are both out of qualifying. What a shame. Jamie then coming through the final corner and he didn't have a very good first lap. What about a second lap now for Jamie? He goes 8 fastest then. So, yeah, I don't, maybe he's sandbagging. Mercedes are quite famous for sandbagging, aren't they? So this is, well, I'd say at the moment this is all up in the air. Ozone then, and look at this. So Lennon on his return to IRC, he's got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. So, yeah, so unfortunately, Lennon's got a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. So wherever he qualifies, he'll be dropping down 5 positions. We've also lost Hillsrap. He didn't set a time at all, Hillsrap, so we'll be liking to see him storm through the back of the field. Hope can he come through like a hot dog through better. Ozone, unfortunately, on his final attempt there, made a mistake, and unfortunately, he didn't get a representative time from Ozone either. Now we're into Q2. And you can see that it's very car in the pit lane at the moment, isn't it? Oh, it might not be for long. I just feel a bit of rain now. If we got some changing conditions out there, I'm not sure. We'll find out in just a few moments' time. But I'm just having a look. Yes, I think there is spots of rain. There is spots of rain. Look, they're all coming out of the pits now. Then, so this is it. So it was car in the pit lane. It's anything but now. Slim fires out of the pits now. And this is going to get very interesting indeed. That is not just a spot of rain. That's quite a lot of rain, isn't it? So far, this is going to get very interesting indeed. Caleb has just asked, is this going to be a dry race? Well, I'm not sure, to be honest, but at the moment it's definitely not a dry qualifier. Look at them, they're all out track now. Dineen's out, Jacob's out, Murphy's out, Blas, Lucas, we got Jamie, Rockatoni, Lennon, all out at the moment. Vanquish and the Summerellas and Maxi are all in the pits at the moment. That's interesting. And yeah, they're coming down into the hairpin now then. You can see, look at that. That is quite a lot of rain already. It's only just started about like a minute or two ago and we've got a lot of rain. And look at that. Look at the raindrops streaming off of Slim's off of Slim's cockpit here. This is not very good at all, is it? From well, unfortunately, it's not going to be very good if the rain carries on. We're going to have like one lap in it. So it's like old school single shot qualifying, which the Formula 1 guys had to do back in, I think it was 2003 to 2005, wasn't it, where they had to do the single shot qualifying. I think he also introduced that awful aggregate one as well, didn't he, in 2005. Anyway, and Slim then coming around the final corner. He is now going to start us out there. Let's see then. This is going to be one and done, I think. Slim crosses the line now. Who is going to be the 5 drivers? Slim, we're going to lose 5 drivers. Remember also, oh, did he take too much of the curb? He has! Slim's messed up already. That was a big blow for Slim. He took too much curb, and that means that he is going to have to, oh no, that is not good at all for Slim. Yellow flag and free. Everyone is out on track now. Everyone is out on track. DRS enabled there. Slim is still in front of the road. He's still in front of the queue. That next one is coming through is Sunrise. Lucas, he's using the slipstream now. Look at the background there. Is also we got the second Toro Rosso there as well. This is going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? Wow. And this is going to be fantastic stuff, isn't it now? As Lucas then, he is still carrying on. Slim, I think, cut the first corner. Because he cut the first corner, that means he has to back off and go again. He is going to be against the 8 ball. And as you can see them on board then, oh, look at that. You can see he's struggling to get the tyres up to temperature. Yellow flag it too. He's done. Well, he's started. He's let his teammate through. There's a problem for Lucas. Lucas there. It's got all, I wonder if he also cut the corner as well. That means that Blas, it is a Slim gets on the way. Blas is going to be the first one to cross the line now. Then yellow flag in 2 and 3. That is for the second Toro Rosso. Blas coming through then. This is the final corner. Now, what's he going to do? Yellow flag in 3. I think that is still the second Toro Rosso. Blas, look at the, oh, and look, there's a Williams in the background. Blas goes fastest. That's quickly followed by Dineen, who is second. And Murphy is up into second. And we got Jacob in the third position then. Look at them all. They're all streaming across the line now. And whoa, that's someone right off the track there. And you can see then there's, oh, And Jamie is now in 5th position. BP is over to 6th. You're 7th. Look at them all. They're all going in each other's way. Samarellis has gone 2nd. Incredible stuff. Brilliant stuff as well. Lucas is back in the pits. What does Vanquish do? He's only 8th at the moment. Vanquish is only 8th. Lucas is back. Slim is back on track at the moment. We've got Flying Sauce on track. Maxi goes 10 fast at the moment. He is just inside the cut-off time at the moment. And we've got Bass who says, go Vanquish. Definitely go Vanquish indeed. He's 8th at the moment now, isn't he? Slim there is, look at the rain, it's very heavy now. Rocket Tony has out on track at the moment. Flying Sauce has gone one. Samurai is retired from the session, so he thinks it's one and done. We got 10 minutes to go still. A yellow flag in 2. I think that might be for Samurai's car. Lovely shot here on the side of the wall. Max is retired as well, so they think that their times are safe, or they think they can't get any more purchase out of these tires because it's too wet. That is a lot of rain. And now Slim then into the final few corners now then. So we still got Flying Sauce with Lucas, Rockatoni, Lennon who's back in the pits. Both, I thought it was both Red Bulls. Coming up now, and what does Slim do? He's invited this time again. Slim is under awful pressure now. I think that it might be too little too late now. And now then is Flying Sauce then comes through the final couple of corners now. Flying Sauce then DRS today. What does he do? He's also invalidated his time, so oh no! Rockatoni is he's in the gravel there. Rockatoni's damaged his car. Rockatoni is only 11th, and that might be the end of qualifying for these guys. Well, Danina's fastest then. And I think Rockatoni then is just pulled off. He is done I think he's done unfortunately, but he at the moment he is 11th. Rockatoni retired from the session. Slim, it's very slim for Slim, isn't it? At the moment, is he needs. Oh look, it's too wet. He keeps oversteering, isn't it? And look, he's now off the track. I think that might be a bit of frustration because he had 2 laps. And he's invalidated both of them. Because he's invalidated both of them, I think that's almost certainly finished off his qualifying performance for today. Lucas and Lennon is back out of the pits now. Lennon might, if he starts 15th, he'll be at the back of the grid because of his 5-place grid penalty. DRS has been disabled. That is it, I think. That is the end of qualifying. Oh, who was that off? And I think was that Slim. It was Slim off again now. He's having awful troubles out there at the moment, isn't he? We're on board then with Flying Sauce as he comes through the final few corners now. Can he pinch 12? I think 11th is out of the question now because look, the Rockatoni's time is gone there. Oh, very close there. And so Flying Sauce goes 12th position. Slim, is he going to complete his lap then? Slim is going to complete his lap now, isn't he? So it's been he's in the pits then, so Slim. I think he's unfortunately. We got a yellow flying one there. Look, so Lucas is out on intermediate tires. Jamie has retired from the session then, so we're going to have a very quiet quick Q2 then because I think that might be it then. So the rain came just as the light went green at the edge of the tunnel, at the end of the pit straight there. And we've also got Leslie also saying go Vanquish go. Well, he's in 8th for the moment, but he is just snuck through by the skin of his teeth then. So well done to Vanquish then. So unfortunately out of qualifying is Rockatoni, is Flying Sauce. Those two are well they're not out of qualifying, are they? Because if this rain clears up, then we might be able to get some fast laps in at the end then. But is the track too wet now for the guys then to qualify? That's the question. Dan Murphy's going to be loving these conditions. Remember, he's a bit of a wet weather specialist, isn't he? Dan Murphy is in the Haas, so I think he'll be loving these. I think he'll be loving the fact it's raining. So good. So I think he's going to get very excited indeed then. And so the moment we're on board Lucas and he's on the intermediate tires then. So currently out of the drop zone it's Rockatoni, Flying Sauce, Slim, Lucas and Lennon. Remember, Lennon has got a 5-place grid penalty there for illegal blocking. So that's not a good chance. Up until that point he was looking very strong, wasn't he? Lucas is in the pits then, and I think that's the end of his qualification. Slim is back out. Slim wants to get that 13th position. Any little helps, isn't it, to get up the grid then? And Caleb has said hashtag Vanquish fan club is here. It's great to have the Vanquish fan club here, and it's great to have you all along for the ride as well. We'd like to hear what your comments are. What are your thoughts so far of this German Grand Prix in IRC Elite League? Well, unfortunately, you've now got 6 minutes, well, 6.5 minutes of me just yabbering on then, haven't you? Because I think apart from Slim, who's just trying to get himself in the 13th at the moment, I think that's it for qualifying. Because look at that, the track is saturated now. That is it. No more dry tyre running, I don't think. Even if it starts raining now, I think it's too... Unless the sun absolutely bursts out and it's actually really hot, proper roasting, I think that this might be the end of qualifying too then. So the top 10 guys, and the guys that made it through are Deneen and Samarillis. Williams are looking very strong there. It's like back in the old days. Great stuff. Dan Murphy in third. Then we got Jacob fourth. Remember, it's pole sitter and winner from last time out in Silverstone. Fifth is Blas. Jamie in sixth. BP 7th. Vanquish 8th. Your 9th. And Maxi sneaks through in 10th position. So we have 3 drivers who's just they're battling for 13th position, but 13th, 14th and 15th, which, oh, look at that, Slim's back in there, just trying to step out, on board with Slim now, coming into turn 2 then, and you can see then, you can see dropping down to second gear, look at that then, you can see, playing with the throttle, tickling with the throttle there, accelerating away then, coming out to, no DRS anymore, and now coming down the back straight, Lewis Hamilton had a big old smash there in 2010, didn't he, in practice in the McLaren, when in similar conditions to this, actually. Germany is known to have a bit of rain, isn't it? One of my favourite races of all time was actually 2000 in Germany. If anyone remembers that disgruntled Mercedes employee who was just walking across along the track. He was not too happy that day, was he? He caused a safety car, and it caused all sorts of chaos, didn't it? It really hurt David Coulthard that day, didn't it? Barrichello coming through to win his first ever race there. Of course, starting 18th on the grid as well, because Barrichello and Fred. Oh, and Slim's gone! Slim is gone again. He has slid off, and that's just before the stadium section there, so he's trying to recover. But he's having a difficult qualifying session, isn't he? Slim is today. It's to be honest, he was the first man out on track. He invalidated 2 of his laps there, and his third one he has spun it now. So Slim there, really hoping to turn his season around. Hasn't gone too well, has it, so far this race? Well, this event, I should say. Lennon out on track at the moment. He is he isn't on medium. He ain't on medium tires. He is on the on the inter tires. Sorry, as we've got a new subscriber. Great stuff. Welcome, Baz. I hope you enjoy everything. I had a notification there. I was trying to wonder what that was about then. I thought it was someone telling me to shut up, but nope. Luckily, it isn't for a change. On board Lennon, then he is on the intermediate tire side. So the top 10 then is we have got everyone's on the medium combat tires apart from Samarillis, who'll be on the soft tire. So watch him get. He will get a great launch, won't he? The problem is though, this is a very short run up to from the starting grid to turn 1. Oh, Leonard's off the track. He's off the track. He's doing a very good job there to stay off out of Lucas's way. They're very nicely done here. Good stuff from Lennon. On board then with Lucas. And he is Slim is back in the pits. Then we've got 3.5 minutes to go then of this session. And Lucas there, he's hoping to get 13th position here. We're on board Lucas now. He's in front of Flying Sauce over for Lucas there. So Lucas has got in front of Flying Sauce and is up into 12. That is a very big and look, Flying Sauce only 202nd off his fastest time there. Lucas retires from the session. Flying Sauce and really he did struggle, didn't he? He set his times when it was quite a damp track on slick tires. Now then, this is coming through then into the stadium section now. Then car number 9, he flicks into the stadium section there, taking not as much after the turf as they normally do there. You can see the Mercedes-Benz building just in front of us there. I was going to say the grandstand, but that was a couple of corners back then. And look at the rain droplets on the front wing there. As you can see, that is a lot of rain, isn't it? And yours retired from this as well. He is already through. So we got a battle for 14th and 15th because Flying Sauce, he's improved his time actually for 6 seconds per second. But unfortunately he hasn't improved on Lucas's time. Maybe if the rain stabilises, he might be able to pinch 12 away, but that's a very big if then. And Slim is coming out on track again then. Trying to say, I think I feel sorry for Slim. Really, he had 2 opportunities, didn't he? And unfortunately, he invalidates time. The track limits around here are very, very harsh indeed. So yeah, turn 1 especially, turn 1 and 2. Turn 1, you have to. It's like threading it through the eye of a needle, isn't it? Turn 1. If you go wide, you get a track extension. If you cut too much, you get a corner cut. It's very very harsh around here, isn't it? So Slim there back on board with that is. So let's enjoy a lap of the Hockenheim track with Slim then. And you can see them coming into turn one. Now look at that, look at that, and almost getting the power on the very slippery curb in AstroTurf there, and almost going around very well. How from Slim there, good stuff, very good car control indeed. Then now coming down the back straight then. As we've got a comment then. As Samurai just says, it's a dry race, so excellent stuff, Ben. So make the most of this weather, everyone, because we're going to have a dry race then. But I tell you what, this is really throwing a spanner in the works, doesn't it? Lennon will start in 17th and last, unfortunately, so that's a shame for Lennon on his return. He got 5 place grid penalty, which is very questionable indeed. I must admit, I didn't see it. Flying Sauce is out of the race. Out of qualifying. That is it for Flying Sauce. What can Slim get in front of the Greek driver in the McLaren? We're on board with nothing. This has been a very adventurous lap, hasn't it, from Slim? And now into the stadium section once again. Then, how is he doing? Is he doing better than Flying Sauce in terms of the split times? It's going to be very, very very difficult indeed, isn't it? As they come into turn 16 and 17 now. Look at the grandstands. Love it. Now, what does he do then as he comes across the line? And he goes. Oh, this is going to be a good time for Slim. It is. It's 13th position there for Slim. And he has got in front. It's for 22.8 there. He's only 3 seconds away from Lucas. Can he carry on the power? We're on board Slim then. He wants to get to the top position. Remember, the higher the grid, the more possible chances you got of points or maybe even podiums. Can he get a podium from where he is? Very, very, very Larry there from Slim. He's 400 down there. Oh, lovely shot here of the rear wing of the Alfa Romeo. Oh, an even better shot of the over-the-shoulder shot then of Slim. And he's coming out into the hairpin then. And now accelerating away down. You can see, look at how different the track is compared to how it was when they started the session. 15 minutes ago, it was a bone dry track. Now it's a fairly damp track. And the question is now then, who is your tip for pole position then in these wet weather conditions? I'm not going to make a prediction because bad things happen. But I gotta say, out of those 10 drivers, it could be anyone. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Q3 session. So this is gonna this is where you see the cars on the fastest. Look, that's a great shot there. Oh no, he's gone. Slim has gone there. He was thrown it all on the line, and now he's doing donuts there. So I think he's just happy that he kept out the bar there. Slim is. Might be a lot of frustration as well in the Alfa Romeo seat there. So it's a bit unfortunate there as the car pulls off. As the marshals there do a cracking job, I must say, all over the world. So then, at the end of that, then, so we lost that Lennon. Remember, 5 place grid penalty for Lennon, so he'll be at the back. Then we got Flying Sauce. Slim did a good job to get himself at the 13th. Good stuff. Lucas did a cracking job as well and get himself 12th. Rocket Tony is 11th, just outside the top 10, and he can choose his tyres. So in the top 10, we have Maxi, Yor, Vanquish, BP. Jamie, Blas, Jacob, Murphy, Samurai, and Deneen then. So looking forward to this. This is going to be a cracking qualifying session, isn't it? Can Jacob get 5 pole positions? What about Jamie? Can he get his 2nd pole position? Is anyone else willing to throw their hat into the ring? Remember, Vanquish, I don't think he's got a pole position this season yet, has he? So it's all to play for, isn't it? So if we don't have Jamie or Jacob, who's got pole position, we're going to have a new pole position for this season. Fantastic. Has it stopped raining? As I just have a swig of water because it's not boning wise. I've already got to drive through. I reckon it's stopped raining out there. Murphy is already seen it. He's on the soft compound tires already then for the Haas driver. So I reckon it has stopped raining. We've got a Mercedes there who's just got the pits out. It is Jamie there flying out the pits then. It has stopped raining, but the track is still very damp. There's a Renault driver who is not in the track, go towards himself. If it stopped raining, this track should dry out very quickly. Is it going to be quick enough to get onto this dry compound tyres? And sure, it has to be a soft tyres as well. This is going to be cracking, isn't it? As we enter in the final stages of the qualifying session, this is going to be a frantic 11 minutes. Hold on to your hats, everyone. Hold on to whatever you're sat next to. This is going to be absolutely immense, isn't it? We've got 5 drivers out. Nope, we've got 6 drivers out. Nope, we've got 7 drivers out in this qualifying session. And remember, this is Q3. This is about going fastest. This is lined up from first to 10th then. And where does these go? Oh, and you're almost going into the back of Jamie there. As I think the brake in there just caught out your there. So Jamie then is going to can he get on a pole position and get in his second pole position of the season? That track is very close to slicks, isn't it? You can see there's still a bit of spray though, isn't it, coming off the from the tires there of Jamie at the moment. And so I think that they might do a run, might do a banker and then come back in, of course, just to get a time on the board, just in case anything untoward happens, because it can do. This is an old school track. The bars are quite close together, so quite close to the track. So yeah, you can. Definitely things can happen in this race, as we've seen in the actual full race as well. Jamie then, let's go then. So here we go. He's going to be the first one to come up to the line. And to start out, we've got 8 cars. Oh, and look, yours all over the place in the background there. Almost going into the pit wall. That's not an ideal start to the lap, is it? Luckily, this is a short track. Luckily, he will have a set of tyres. I think yellow flagging free. Why? And that's why it's Sam Morales. I think he was just on the venture, but he's all right. He's carrying on. And Jamie now coming down the back straight. DRS is not enabled yet, but wait for that race control where it will tell us that DRS is enabled. Down the back straight then, and this is where is he going to brake? He brakes just before the 100 meter. Oh, fantastic 7D, because that is incredible, isn't it? Remember, this is a damp track as well. Yellow flag in one. What's going on in one? Just take. Oh no! Blas is pointing the wrong way. That's not good at all. Again, there. These guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Look at that reversing on the track there. Of course, you're allowed to that. I think you're allowed to reverse down the pit lane though. That is the one that gets you a black flag instantly. As Jake there is still on that line. So Blas there doing I tell you what, these drivers that have spun have done a cracking job. Look at the track map. Really good stuff indeed, because it's very hard, it's very easy just to spin the wheels up, isn't it? Get frustrated with you losing in the first place and then driving and so on. Just ask Vettel, but I gotta say Vettel has been in the last 2 races, has been back up to form, hasn't he? Really, winning at Singapore. And then, of course, the multi, I think he returned it, as Ted Kravitz said, he was in the multi. Oh, Jamie has a set of time. He's a violator time. What about your has a set of time here? We've got a yellow flag in 2 then. And Valkyrie's back in the pits. It's a 2 try. It's a 2 try then for the intermediate tyres then. They go, oh, the blast is off the track. That is not dry, is it? Look at that. Look at the water coming from underneath the coming from underneath the tyres at the moment. Oh, and Blas has lost it again then. I think that's a bit of frustration there for Blas. I must admit, Blas didn't qualify. He does the bit of it, doesn't he? And Sam Morales has gone fastest. Sam Morales is fastest and in the Williams, cracking stuff then from Sam Morales. Of course, remember the hero from France, and absolutely great. Remember, this is Mr. Clean. He keeps it clean and usually picks up some major points, doesn't he? Just see what happened in France. Jacob there going on the speed strip there, on the drag strip, but he's carrying on. He goes across the line. What does he do? He goes second fast. Sam Morales is still on pole position then at the moment then, and ooh, we're doing a bit more. Oh, and Blas has gone again. Then Blas is on a bit of a difficult time out there at the moment. He ain't going to appreciate me keep seeing that, is he? So I'll go to ignore Blas now. As now then we're on board. DRS enabled. That's it. We are ready for dry tires. I think. Who's gonna go first and on dry tires? Remember, they can't muck about for too long because they are still only 7 minutes to go. It's a very short track, isn't it? Look at Jamie though, he's coming across the line now, he's drifting very nicely there. He goes fast as pole position there for Jamie at the moment. A cracking time now from the Mercedes driver. And yours in the pits then. Your thinks it's ready for slick tyres. Oh, we've got our first slick man. We got 2 slick man out there. And Deneen is the second one. So here he comes in, flying through turn 1 then. And look at that great car control from Deneen. Now we're on board with Deneen. And now into turn number 2 then. Let's see what he's doing then. DRS enabled then. Is he going to be quick enough then? Is the track ready enough? It's the track is going to be very green and they're going to have to find their braking points. All the reference points will have changed now, so they are not so they can't. How are they going to figure this out then? They're expert drivers. That is short. Let's see. Look at that, on the 100 meter board this time, not just before, on the 100 meter board. Great stuff. He'll fly there. I think that Jacob's in the pits, and Jacob will score 4-time pole sitter at the moment this season. Can he make it 5? Can he equal Sam Sturr's incredible record so far? Is anyone else going to throw their hat in the ring? Well, we're on board Deneen then, third position in the championship now, 33 points behind. That's nothing, is it? Remember, of course, these days pole position, the win is actually 25 points, isn't it? And you can get an extra point for fast lap as well. So it's not it's over a race win away at the moment, but that is not it's not far away at all, is it? It's Jamie now. Deneen now coming through the final couple of quarters. He's the first round of slick tires. This is the reference. And he goes fastest on an 18-0. That is it. That means that the drivers are all going to be thinking, that's it. Enough of the intermediate tyres, enough of the green stripe tyres. This is going to be all red. So they're going to be quick, and they're going to light up the track now, aren't they? So watch this, and in that 18, and look, Maxi's trying to get the tyres on temperature. So the minute in the second section there. There is still a lot of time on the track ahead. Out on an outlap, it was BP, Vanquish, yours, all on an outlap. Still sat in the pit lane, it's Murphy and Blaz. Blaz had an adventure on his opening. Murphy, I haven't even seen him yet. So I reckon Murphy's paying for his tyres because he doesn't want to use them. Now Maxi coming through the final corner then. What's he going to do? DR's enabled. That's it. He goes on to a 27 at the moment. He's invalidated his time. Here he goes again then. And he flies through turn 1. And I must admit, I should have looked at the time there. So, yeah. So Maxi there invalidated his first time, and he was well off the fastest time there. But I should have really looked there. Anyway, calm it down. We still got 4 minutes to go, so there's still a lot of time out there. There's a lot of time to find Vanquish starters lap. We've also got BP starters lap as well. BP's in front of Maxi at the moment, so let's go on board. Lovely over to show the shot of BP in Q3 in the McLaren. Good to see indeed. And now that is he's coming up into the second section now. Then just compare that to what Maxi was doing earlier on. 53, so 7 seconds quicker than him. Of course, I think Maxi was on the cooldown lap because he must have invalidated his time. Around here is brutal, isn't it? It's brutal, the track limits around here. It's great to see. We got a couple of good old-fashioned gravel traps in there as well. So yeah, it's nice to see. I like a gravel trap. BP is back in the pits though. He's not happy about something. He's got 3 minutes to get that sorted. Maxi's got Maxi then coming through the final. This is his second attempt now. What's he going to do then? This is looking a much better lap. I've actually listened to the time this time. DR is enabled now. What's he going to do? This is a good time. This is a great time. It's pole position there from Maxi. 9/10 of a second in front of Deneen. Oh, Maxi's retired from the session, so he is happy with that. What about Vanquish? And we got the Vanquish fan club in the comments as well. He comes up now. Vanquish is a very good time. It is fastest pole position for Vanquish. He is on stunning form, isn't he? That's a great time there for Vanquish. Remember, he's wrestled the lead back. He is a survivor, isn't he? And he's doing a cracking job out there at the moment. Yor is now coming into the final sector now as well, into the Sachs curve. And I love that corner. It's absolutely cracking to get it right. It's very much beautifully done, isn't it? We are now into the pits. Then comes Yor then, so he is not up at all. We've only got under 3 minutes to go. So Vanquish is out there again. Vanquish is faster still. Vanquish is going faster still. Samurai is out on track. Let's stay with Vanquish because at the moment he's the current pole sitter and he's also going faster still. And you see Kayla is gone. Yes, Vanquish. Yes, indeed. Incredible stuff. Locking up the inside out left there for Vanquish out. Look at that coming now through into the second sector. The second split timeline is here. 51.75 tenths of a second. He's found into the stadium sector now. He's running out verge, so he's running out verge. This is going to be a lot of harvesting he's going to need to do. I think that luckily the stadium sector is a bit more tight and twisted than the rest of the circuit. It's lovely and flowing, the stadium sector is. It's beautiful. 2 minutes to go of this third qualifying session. And he's done a 15. He's done a 15 there for Vanquish. He is on a roll, Vanquish. Oh, he's cut the first sector. I think that might he's going to have a call-off lap anyway because he needed to. And we got Murphy's out on track now. Jacob has started us up now. You can see there's McLaren out of the pits. What about Sunrise? This is the final corner. DRS enabled. Now he cuts across the line. He's second fastest at the moment. He's at 4/10 of a second away from Vanquish then. And you can see York coming out of the pits as well. I think he's going to go again, is he? Yes, he is going to go again. We've got a bit of a drag race, haven't we? What about Jamie? Murphy is starting us up now. Jamie is on the lap. But what about Jacob? He is, we didn't have DRS activated there. No, I think we did catch him in the braking zone though, so don't worry about that. You see in the background, look at that, they're weaving away there. The McLaren is in the background of BP. He is just trying to get the tyres up to temperature, isn't he? A yellow flag in 2. Why is that? We'll worry about that in a. I think it was just maybe someone just went off a track excursion mode. Leslie just said pole position for Vanquish, Team Vanquish. And I'll tell you what, he is sitting pretty up at the top of the room. He's got a 4:10 for a second gap over Sunrise. He's done a fantastic job, isn't he, in the Williams? Brilliant stuff. Yellow flag there. And Sunrise is retired from the session. Max is retired as well, so they're second and third mode. But what about oh my gosh, that's a great time from Jacob. He is fastest on a 13.5 out for Jacob. And that is a cracking time there for Jacob. He has found a lot of time. Oh no, of course he's the king of qualifying at the moment. BP has now started up. Blaz is on the lap at the moment. So is Murphy. And here comes Blaz, and he hasn't set a time yet. He's in 8th position currently. Coming through the final corner. And what's he doing then? This isn't enough for pole position. I think he might be going around again there, because look at how much earth he's got. Blaz is now going to go around again there. So that is just I think he's going to go for a proper lap now then. So Blaz is now on that. Deneen started us off as well. Jamie is on the lap. Murphy is in the middle sector. BP is in the first sector. So let's carry on board with Murphy. That is it. Time is up. Vanquish is not on pole position, unfortunately. So Vanquish is second at the moment. Jacob is retired from the session. He is going to go. He's on. If it finishes like this, he will equal Samson's record of pole positions in this incredible season so far. 5 apiece for Jacob and Samson. That's impressive stuff, isn't it? They got like 90% of the pole positions. Murphy there comes through the final corner. What can Murphy spoil that day? DRS is now in his label. He's out the finish fastest. Murphy is on pole position then for the German Grand Prix. Can he keep it? Yours out on track. BP then coming across the line now. Jamie is only 8th position at the moment, but he can still go around now. BP, he goes second fastest. That's a great grid so far. Brilliant stuff. Blast has gone very wild there. Deneen is on the lap for the moment. Jamie is coming next. No, it's Yor that's going to be next. He comes around the final corner. What does Yor do? Yor comes across the line now. He's going to pinch it. He does. He's gone faster still. So Yor's on pole position. Jamie's coming around the final corner. And Jamie's on pole position then. What about Blast? Blast is finished this time. And then we got one more. Deneen. Deneen coming through. And Deneen's on pole position then for the German Grand Prix. Wow. Whew. Well, that was a very good start to the German Grand Prix event here in IRC, isn't it? Remember, we've still got the race, and we've still got Super to go as well tomorrow. Fantastic, Deneen! What a lap there from Deneen. Then he has got on pole position, an absolutely cracking time there for Deneen. Second is Jamie. Third position is Dan Murphy. It's great, best qualifying performance of the season for Dan Murphy. In fourth position, great stuff indeed. Fifth for BP. Jacob 6th. Vanquish is 7th. Only 7th for Vanquish. 8th for Samuelis. With Maxi in 9th and Blaz in 10th position then. So then, luckily though, we got the race to come now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that qualifying session. Now we got got like a little 30-second break, and it's been absolutely great stuff. David just said, great job from T Sammy, absolutely fantastic stuff. I absolutely echo that, and what a quality it was as well. Brilliant stuff. Deneen getting pole position incredibly well there. Good stuff from Deneen. Remember, he's had 2 podiums this season. He is third in the championship. Deneen's consistency has really earned him his high spot. Of course, he won it in that very incredible, unusual race in China. Of course, the Chinese Grand Prix was cut short, wasn't it? From but it was great to see. It's great to see. It's great to see Deneen on the top step then. And Baz, they are going wild. And unknown Ferraris. Vamio Bonito, I think. Yeah. Anyway, now we're going to the race end. So then, you can see then the countdown up in the corner. We've got 3 seconds, 2, 1. And here we go then for the German Grand Prix. Then we've got the formation lap first, though. So it gives us time then to... We do have the formation lap. That gives me time to catch my breath. That gives you time to just have a quick look at the order then. Wow, look at that. We have got medium compound tyres all the way up and down the field, apart from Samarellis, who's on the soft compound tyre, and Ozone, who's on the hard compound tyre. So that is the tyre selection then for the German Grand Prix. On pole position then is Deneen. Great time there for Deneen then. It's complete contrast to qualifying. It's a lovely sunshine out there. Jamie is second at the moment, so this is a good opportunity for Jamie to retake lead in the championship. You're in third position. Can't discount him. He's a super. He is absolutely super, isn't he? A quick driver. Brilliant stuff. Fourth position is Murphy. Oh, I wonder if he's nervous at all. Dan Murphy in the Haas, his highest grip position. PP in fifth position. Cracking qualifying performance from PP. Jacob in sixth position. The hero from Silverstone, only in sixth position. The championship leader, Vanquish, and his fans might be disappointed out in seventh position, but remember, the points are dished out in the race, so Vanquish has got 34 laps to rectify that. Sammy in eighth position. A great time there from Sammy. Eighth position. And what can he do? He's improved all week, every week, isn't he? Maxi in ninth position. Was on pole position. Was the first man to throw on the set of slick tires. Blas in 10th position at the moment, dead. So Blas there could have got a higher grip position now. I think it just went slightly wrong. Rocketoni in 11th position. He's the first man on those fresh, shiny medium compound tires. Lucas is in 12th position on the Toro Rosso. 13th position is Slim. Slim on a difficult qualifying. Now what can he do from 13th? Flying Saws in 14th. Ozone 15th position. Here's a wrap. Unfortunately, we haven't seen much of him this afternoon, have we? But hopefully he will get can he have a much better race, and hopefully can he get through turn 1 in 60th position. And then on his return is has been a naughty boy, and unfortunately he's had to start from the back of the grid. And Dave reckons it's going to be a BP shock win, and Johnny Cox has said, "Go Greeks!" Of course, we got a lot of Greeks in the in this field. It's brilliant to see. I love it. And yes, let's we all echo that as well. Of course, apart from the drivers on track, who wants to beat them? We got the highest Greek of your 3, 4, 5. There'll be a pause. We got a jump start. We got a jump start for Vanquish. We got a jump start for Vanquish already, and there's someone else as well. And look at this. Did he take this? Got the lead, but Jacob was up in the second position. We got a jump start, and so that's not good at all. Then for Vanquish, the championship leader, as they've all made it through turn 1, have they? Yes, they have so far. So very nicely done there. Now into turn 2. Jamie is going up for the third position. Murphy is up in the fourth position. Yours having a Poland start in fifth position. Well, see, Poland, he's dropped down 2 positions then, and they come down. They're coming down to the hairpin now. This is where we go to get see about the Astra. Sunrise is up. Lucas up 4 positions. A fantastic starter. And look at the background. There's a Ferrari. There's a Ferrari. Vanquish on a Poland start. He's coming up the inside. Where is he? There he is. And and see, is there any wing damage? No, I don't think there is. That's a great start, isn't it? Very well behaved from all these guys. An elite start. Definitely has been. And now then, you see them. Vanquish is going on the outside. I'm not sure who else had a drive through there, but I seen Vanquish's name. I can't remember who else I seen as well. I thought I seen Jacobs. Oh no, we've had a crash in the background. Rocketoni and Ozone have gone into each other. Ozone's out of the race. And that's it for Ozone. And also is Rocketoni as well. No, Rocketoni's still continuing, but Ozone's out. Oh dear. And Jacob's out of fourth, and Jacob, I think, was the other man then to get the drive-through penalty then, so he's serving it straight away. Deneen is whoa, look at that lead already for Deneen. Fantastic start from Deneen then at this stage of the race. Almost 2 seconds of gap between himself and Jamie in second position. Deneen going for a second win of the season. Murphy in third position. He's looking strong, isn't he? Fourth position is at BP. Fifth is Yord. Lucas is in sixth. Samarella seventh. Soft tires, remember. Slim, cracking start. He's up into eighth position. Great stuff from Slim. Vanquish in ninth position. Remember, Slim and Vanquish, old adversaries, aren't they? Who would have thought they're battling for 8th and 9th at the moment? We got Flying Sauce in 10th position. 11th position is Blas, and Rocketoni's out of the race as well. So we've had 2 retirements. They come together. Up until that point, I thought that the first lap was absolutely well behaved. Lennon Moran bouncing back incredibly well after a difficult qualifying session. Remember, we got a 5-place grid penalty. He's up to 11th already. You got 11 for Lennon. It's brilliant stuff indeed. And Blas there is having a look, but Lennon there is well, I think that would have been a very a very interesting move there, wasn't it? Murphy is all over the back of Jamie. Jamie's having awful. It's not able to pull away because Deneen is just strutting away from this race at the moment. 2 seconds so far. The gap is about. This is the battle for second at the moment. Murphy has got the bit between his teeth in the Haas. He is flying out there. He has got some pace in that Haas, and he has really shown it so far at this stage of the race. Oh, and Jamie's gone wide at the moment then. She's come through the complete lap 3 then. You can see 2.2 seconds of gap between Deneen and Jamie. Flying Sauce is through, and Lennon's through as well. DRS is enabled. And into the pits there comes Vanquish serving his drive-through penalty as well. And so, wow, Jacob and Vanquish, two of the Well, two of the men that are usually fighting at the front haven't got have got drive-throughs already. We're already on lap 3, and DRS has now been enabled, which means the drag reduction system will open. Drag reduction, yeah. Now then is so the rear wings will open. Hills are up is battling with Blasen. This is and Hills are up is through. That's a long way in front. So I wonder if Blasen must have made a mistake there coming down to the hairpin. What a samurai on how long the soft tire is going to last for. On board is Slim at the moment. He is doing a great job, isn't he? I love a chrome hammer as well from Slim. Oh, look it up there, but Slim there. Oh, look at the back. Look at the foreground there. Look at this. The Lures under the two Greeks are going head to head now in the battle for 5th and 6th position then. And they're coming into the stadium sector as well then. Look at the front of it. Oh no, Samurai is there. Oh, but catching it beautifully well then. And he is still in 7th position. Very narrow part of the track. And great car control there from Samurai there in the Williams. Murphy is now all over the back of BP as well as they come into the final corner then. Deneen is setting up fast out of the race. He is dominating this race at the moment, isn't he? He's loving life out there. This is the first DRS done, and then you can see then Lucas is all over the back of Yor at the moment, and you can see Sam Reynolds is now under a lot of pressure from Slim. Slim is coming through the field quite nicely at this moment in time. And we have got 2 retirements, 3-second penalty for Jacob. And Jacob might be a bit frustrated now. Jumping the start is I'm wondering, he's going to be very disappointed himself. 2 seconds ago between BP and Yor at the moment, isn't it? Look at the background. Look at the background. Sunrise is under pressure. Slim is up the inside. Rocketarian is left the session. Slim is up the inside. He is through and up into 7th position. Great manoeuvre there. But Sunrise has got the purchase. He has the purchase. He's alongside. Oh my gosh, he's going to go wide. Oh, that is great. And look at this. He's going to go the inside. Then a whisker between each other. Incredible stuff. You can basically put a bit of a sheet of paper between them. That's how close they were. Incredible stuff. Brilliant car, brilliant control as well then. Absolutely great stuff. And look, Hillsrap, who started in 16th position, is now up into 10th position as well. So he's in the points already. Good stuff. Good driving all up and down the field so far. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, we've lost 2 drivers in this race so far, and that is Rocketoni and Ozone. Disappointing stuff there. At the moment, of course, they came together just before the stadium set, didn't they? Murphy's starting to drop back now from Slim's got a 3-second penalty there at the moment, and so the penalties then early on we've got, I think it's Jacob and Slim have both got penalties. And now then the accelerator waiting. Oh, Jacob has left possession now, so Jacob is. I'm wondering what's happened to Jacob. He is just gone. I wonder if he was darting around, wasn't he? So I'm wondering if he had an issue with the with his internet. Hopefully we get back in. Samarellis is now under attack now from Hilsrap, his countryman, and Hilsrap is up the inside and up into 9th position. Lucas and Yor is battling away as well. Yor is still at 5th position. Lucas is still in 6th position. This is getting very feisty indeed, isn't it, between the 2 Greek men as well. And Slim is just in the background now, just watching away. Samarellis has got a 3-second penalty there as well. They're all over the back. There's a queue, isn't there? This is great stuff indeed then. And look at BP now getting very close to wall then. BP doing a cracking job in 4th position there, and you can see there's a good old gap now. 3.2 seconds of gap is between Jamie and indeed Murphy has dropped off the back there, but it's down to 3/10 of a second round. Look at them all. Wow, it's incredible stuff. It's like Monday morning from it. Oh, did he go in the back row? No, he didn't. That's great. Just as quick, and Jacob is back in the session. So Jacob's back in the session, and now let's see what can do. Whoa, Slim has gone very wide there, and that's going to allow the McLaren there to have a good old look there. And a flying sauce and flying into turn 1. We got. Oh, Lennon's out of the race. Lennon is out of the race then, and I've seen him come in the pit, so I'm wondering if there's an issue there for Lennon. Yeah, the Red Bull driver is out of the race, so that's a shame there. Satan Morales is in the pits as well, and oh my gosh. As this has been an incredible start to the German Grand Prix, hasn't it? Now Yor's going down. He's parked his car in the middle of the track. That's good driving there from Yor. Oh, a bit of contact. Oh, did he lose a piece of wing? Yes, he has. He has lost a piece of wing. That's the input going off the Toro Rosso. He's going to have awful understeer there. And look how flimsy these wings are. So and Maxi's left for session as well. So we've lost Maxi, and we've lost Lennon as well. And so we've lost 4 drivers in this race then. Yeah, so you can see these wings coming very flimsy at high speed. Then Slim having a look. Lucas is going to struggle now, isn't he? This is not ideal for a strategy. Is he going to go on the outside? He's going to go on the outside. Sacks? No, not quite. Is he going to go over the indicator? This is helping Yor. He can now start to pull away because he's been under pressure since the start of this race, hasn't he? Yor has. And Jordan is just going to, because Lucas is down his front wing. Slim has to be careful here. Of course, he is adopting more of an aggressive driving style as Slim, but he's got to keep his head here. He doesn't want to have a lunge. And lose his front wing as well. Oh my gosh, and that was so close. And that's a wing gone off. That is the wing gone off of Slim. He's size at the inside. And they're going side by side down into turn 2. And there's, oh my gosh, and now Slim has been run. He's still the AstroTurf. And he keeps it within the confounds. And look at this. And there's a Flying Sauce who's flying by. Flying Sauce, look at that. He had an incredible double draft there. And we got Hills Wrap in the background as well then, as they come into the hairpin now. So Flying Sauce has gone up into 6th position. He was 8th at the start of that. He's now up into 6th position. Flying for Slim and Lucas are going side by side. You can see, look at the understeer there. Lucas got a 3-second penalty there for just running wide. That's how harsh the penalties are around here, aren't they? And because I don't think we really put any time at all, especially with that broken front wing. Slim's gone wide as well. Then as they come into the stadium section again, then yeah, so it's been Slim's had a cracking race up until this point, hasn't he? But unfortunately, that wing damage is going to really hurt him. Same with Hilterap. He's had a cracking start as well. Murphy at the moment is in 3rd position. BP is still in 4th. There's a 3.5 second gap still. Is yours really, and Slim is in the pits then for the Alfa Romeo then. So Slim is in the pits. France also set the fast off the race. He is flying, isn't he, the Greek driver at the moment? So that is a big blow for Slim. Now, what is a sensible top? Is he going to be able to go into the hard tires to the end? You can see them. Everyone is on the medium tires so far, apart from Slim then. So Jacob is back up, but he's not in his car at the moment. So Jacob had to leave the session, I think, because of issues with. And look at this, Lucas is now really struggling. So you can see that how much wing damage. It hasn't a lot of wing damages, but it's enough to cause you some real difficulties. I thought he was coming to the back of Hills Wrap there. Hills Wrap is up to 7th position. Fantastic race so far. He's kept his head, kept a cool, calm driving style. Hills Wrap is now up into 7th position. Now yours is going to be under pressure there for the McLaren. So yours the meat in the McLaren sandwich at the moment, isn't he? BP 4th, your 5th. Flying Sauce in 6th position. Murphy is still matching Jamie stride for stride at the moment, up near the sharp end of the field. Then. Now Vanquish is now going to move up into 10th position then, because unfortunately this is going to because Jacob is not in the race, so he is even if he was in the race he wouldn't be classed as ready points then. Just taking a quick look at the comments there. Johnny Cott's go Greeks, so got go Vanquish. This could be a race. This could be the race. The championship really tightens up. It's tight enough as it is. It's incredible, isn't it? But this is a good day for for Deneen, who's 30 points back at the moment. To really start to reel in, isn't it? Of course, unfortunately, Samster is not in here today, is he? He's doing some uni work. But yeah, the guys behind him are definitely going to be intrigued. Same for Hills Wrap as well. Can he get himself back into range? You can see then is that Your there is on the outside. He's got more traction there, and he stays in 5th position. Vanquish is now back into 10th position at the moment. And we've also got Baz, who says that Vanquish can recover. He is recovering at the moment. He is in 10th position at the moment. He is back in the points then. He's 7 seconds away from Baz at the moment. Remember, he had to serve a drive-through penalty for the jump start there. An unusual mistake there from Vanquish then. Jamie has now got the gap under 2 seconds there, so Jamie is now starting to eat into Deneen's lead then. So remember, as it stands, Jamie will take the lead of the Elite Championship as it stands. But this is far from over. We've still got 24 laps to go. Yeah, Dave just echoed that. He's a 2-time champion, Vanquish is. And so really, he's just got to keep himself going, isn't he? I think that's a good, again, shout out to Hills Wrap. He's doing a fantastic job at that as well. BP doing a cracking job as well. Brilliant stuff from BP. And the same with Dan Murphy there. Looking very solid up there in 3rd position, isn't he? He's enjoying himself out there at the moment, isn't he? He's matching Jamie stride for stride. And they are now all gaining on Deneen. Talking of gaining, here's Flying Sauce on the inside of your. He tucks in on the racing line. Judges breaking point beautifully. And he is now up in the 5th position. Has he got the speed then to get after the front 4? It is going to be the front 4, I think, because look, Denis, has he used up his tyres too early, or is he maybe backing off just to give himself some a bit more life then in this race? And this is going to be great, isn't it? We potentially could have a 5-car battle for the lead. Unfortunately, you're struggling on the pace at the moment. Doesn't keep up with the pace at the moment. Flying Sauce then. is now can he get up to, and what about Hillsrap as well? He started from the back of the grid, didn't he? He started up in 16th position. He now could potentially also throw his hat in the ring as well. As Deneen has now just stretched his lead once again up to 2.1 seconds. So I'm reckoning he was just trying to back off, save his tires, and now go for another, and now go again then. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that then. Back on board with Hillsrap then, who is battling for 7th position. He's had a good old battle so far, hasn't he? Blas and Lucas are going to start to lock horns as well in just a few moments time there. 0.8 of a second back at the moment. Lovely on board footage here from Hillsrap is providing to us at the moment. Got DRS. Yours also got DRS off the back of Flying Sauce as well. Flying Sauce is almost 8 so he's only 2 tenths away from being outside the DRS zone. Now coming on the outside, Hillsrap is for, well, the inside I should say. He is up the inside. Yours really struggling. I don't think, has he got damage on the car? I don't think he has. I think he's just struggling for pace around here, isn't he? Because Yours not a slow driver by any stretch of imagination. Remember, he won that incredible race in Belgium. So yeah, Yours then is I wonder if it's just not because drivers shouldn't really say it, but they do have bogey tracks, don't they? And I wonder if this is one of Yours bogey tracks where he's really struggling. And you can see the Toro Rosses, as I mentioned earlier, is starting to come into combat as well in the battle for 8th and 9th. Blas has really got the bit between his teeth. Remember, Blas doing a very good job in his first season of the Elite League, getting promoted from Super, and of course remember he was runner-up last season, and he is doing a cracking job here at the in the Elite League so far. You can see it's now all starting to spread out now because the Flying Sauce is already a second in front of Joran Hillsrap is also a second in front of him as well. So yeah, and look, they are 3 seconds behind at the moment. So they are definitely going to be gaining, aren't they? Back on board then, you can see, look in front. This is on board with BP. We have got Deneen, then we have got Jamie and Dan Murphy. And Dan Murphy there is just having a look there, trying to distract Jamie, of course. But Jacob is back in the race, and he is joined back up. He is almost dropping. He is dropping down to 11th position. He is still in a chance of getting major points here today. Remember, Jacob, similar to Samsari, he has the pace. Blas is up the inside, or is he? No, he ain't, because it looks like Lucas is back through as well then. And Lucas is back through and up into oh, it's lost his end plate there, Lucas has. I thought it would look, the wing looks a bit funny. He has lost the end plate there. And now then, that's what I think that now Blas is going to be all over the back of him, isn't he? And he's gone out wide, Blas has. They're going to come back on the inside. Oh my gosh, there's a concrete wall there. And Blas are flicking it into the stadium section now. And coming up into the Sachs curve once again. And look at this, the gap in front is yo-yoing around. It's back down to 1.7 seconds. I'm not sure if Deneen is just controlling the pace nicely or if he's struggling. And of course now Hillsrap is within a second of a Flying Sauce. Hillsrap, I think he's got the pace at the moment, Hillsrap, to actually get himself involved in that battle for second. He has done a cracking job. Look at Vanquish in the background there, stalking these two Toro Rossos there, isn't he? Keeping on the gap there, because I think it is also coming down as well. At this stage of the race then. It's been a cracking old race so far, hasn't it? Of course, Germany does produce great stuff. Just does produce some great races, don't it? Just to go through the history, isn't it? 2004, of course, Button and Alonso had a cracking job, didn't it? Had a cracking battle before. Both of them were champions as well. Of course, Button had a problem with his helmet, didn't he? Strap, where it's choking him. Blas there is going up the inside again of Lucas there. Lucas is not going to give way, is he? BP is Jacob's left session. He's got real issues at the moment, hasn't he? Hillsrap is now really starting to turn out the wick on the Flying Sauce. So Flying Sauce might be looking at losing 5th position in the not too distant future. Excuse me. Now then, into the pits is Deneen. So Deneen is in the pits then. So he's the first one to come in the pits. I'm wondering if he was straining on tires then, so that means that he's coming in the pits. Is that too early? Is that too early, or is that bang on time? I think it might be a bit too early because the other guys are haven't pitted yet. Flying Sauce then so Deneen is in the pits. Is he going to be in front of these Toro Rossos? Yellow flag in free. What's going on in free? Oh, Slimmer's got a puncture. Slimmer, I think, has got a puncture, hasn't he? Just taking a look. No, he aren't. I don't know what I was just seeing things then. Yeah, don't worry about that. Anyway, and up the inside goes Hillsrap. He is through and up into 4th position now. Hillsrap then is wow, he has done a cracking job. He's absolutely flying. He's still got 20 more laps to go. We ain't even at half distance yet, and he is back up in the 4th position. Great drive from Hillsrap. Car 13, the Greek driver. He's shown in the past of how quick he is, and today he is he's doing a phenomenal job, isn't he? and he's 3 seconds away from BP at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed there from the Mercedes driver, and you can see there, and he is now just pulling away from Flying Sauce already. Flying Sauce are really struggling for the tyres there, but the two Toro Rossos are having a good old scrap here. Look, Vanquish is now starting to hone on these guys as well. Lucas has damaged his front wing, hasn't he? And Deneen there, who just got out in front. I think that was good stuff from Deneen there, so he got out. He got a run for it. BP is in the pits end, so he's the second man to come in the pits end. He is going to go to the hard tyres, I believe, and also in the pits there is Lucas as well. So Lucas is in the pits then, and BP is in and out. So is he going to go out in front? Where is he? There he is! This is going to be very close. Blazer is going to sneak through. He has snuck through then, and he is up into 7th position. Blazer, remember, Blaz has to pit. BP doesn't. This is not ideal though, is it, for BP? He needs to get by as quickly as possible. Samurai is up in the 10th end. Jacob is 11th. Lucas is still in the pit, so he's coming up now. Slim is right at the back of the road, and BP is through and up into 7th position then. As Blazer just tucking him behind him then. Of course, remember, Blaz still got to pit then. Just taking a look at the front then. This is what's going on at the front. Jamie is leading, but Murphy is doing a brilliant job. Outstanding. Hills Rapids now reeling them in. Now it's 2.8 seconds the gap is. And I think Hills Rapids has been a brilliant job. I think it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Because I think BP's doing a great job. Murphy's doing a great job. Hills Rapids done a fantastic job. And he's in the pits. Jamie is in the pits. Murphy leads for the first time ever in Elite League history. He leads his first ever Elite League race. He has done a great job today, hasn't he? Of course, remember, this is only his second or third race back in the Elite League. I think it's in his first time ever in the league. This is his second league race for Murphy. Deneen there flashes past. You can see there's quite a big, this is a very big overcut here, isn't it? Undercut. Look at this. BP is through. He's up in the fourth position. BP is up in the 4th position. A massive undercut around here, isn't there? And that is, Jamie is down to 5th position, and this is also, wow, that's incredible stuff. That means that, I think that it's Hills Rap and Murphy made a mistake by not coming in the pits then. Remember, the tyres are going to be, and now Jamie there. Jamie is going to side on the inside. He's going through. No, not quite. It's a BP is still in front of him. Jamie is taking a more acute angle. BP should have the purchase, should have the traction. He does have the traction. 3-second penalty for Blast. They're going side by side, and Jamie is through. BP's having a look then, and he's going to go on the outside. Locking up the left front there. Wow. And Jamie there doing a cracking job out there. Doing a great job there to get by there. Look, there's Vanquish in the background there. And of course, that's Jamie's championship rival there. Always lingering in the background, isn't he? Vanquish is. He is gaining on Blast. Of course, Vanquish is just pitted as well. So also in the pits then is the two leaders of Hilterap and Murphy are both in the pits. Deneen, lock up there, and Jamie's got wide as well. Jamie's got wide, and BP is back up at the fourth position, which will be a net second, I think, because Hilterap and Dan and Murphy are still in the pits. And where are they? There they are. And BP is up in the 2nd position. Look at that, and now Murphy's dropped out of 4th position, but he's still in front of Hilterap. Remember, they have 3 lap younger tyres than Deneen. Whoa. And now BP is now leading this queue of cars. Hills Rapper's right into this now, and so is Florence Sauce. He's on his second back as well. The guy's not stopped yet. Samarella's and Jacob. Jacob is in AI mode, yeah. But Samarella's hasn't stopped yet either. Well, he stopped earlier on, didn't he, Samarella's? Another lockup from BP. He needs to calm down the lockup side, because that's going to cause all sorts of tyre wear later on. And look at these queue of cars. This is incredible stuff, isn't it? How well matched these guys are. It's been phenomenal, isn't it? The gap is up to 5 seconds. Remember, it's down to 1.3, wasn't it, at one stage? So yeah, that's a massive. The undercut is massive, isn't it? Track position is usually king, isn't it? But remember, tyre life might also come into factor later on in this race. So yeah, don't discount anyone out of this race. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Deneen's got a 3-second penalty. That has started to really oh dear, and that's not good at all for Deneen, is it? Remember, Deneen just shot away at the early stages there, and Slim is up at the 9th position now. Of course, Slim was one of the earlier men to come in the pit, so he's on the hard tyres. He's going to be able to get to the end and not pit again. Flying Sauce is actually again flying there. He's got a fast up race. You get a point for fastest up, don't you? So remember that. Keep an eye on that later on. And the gap is shrunk quite dramatically. Has Deneen made a mistake? I'm on board, Deneen, then. So the gap has dropped down from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. So I'm wondering if that mistake has really lost his mojo here. But Deneen then is now dropping down to 3. He's only 2/10 of a second. Oh, BP has got another lock up in the boat. And Hilsrup is through. Hilsrup is in front of Dan Murphy, and he's up into 4th. Wow, brilliant stuff there from Hilsrup. Murphy has dropped down to 5th position at the moment, but Hilsrup flying. Absolutely flying out there at the moment in the Mercedes. He is only 1.6 seconds behind his teammate. His teammate's going to wonder where did he come from. Incredible stuff. As now they're coming into the stadium section then, and the lead is still 3.2 seconds in front of BP at the moment. BP is second. Jamie is in 3rd position. Hilsrup is in 4th now. 5th is Murphy then. So Murphy has dropped down a couple of positions then, but he's still doing an absolutely cracking job out there. Brilliant stuff. He's slid himself into Elite League, into IRC Elite. Quite nice as well. Hilsrup's just at the fast half of the race. Of course, remember he had the DRS as well. Ooh, cutting the first corner there, Hilsrup did, but he's got away with that one. But remember, you get I think you get like 3 strikes, and then you get a penalty. So remember that might come back later on. Deneen is now starting to stretch his lead again. But Jamie wants to get back up into 2nd position now. He is flying by BP, and he is up into 2nd position there. And good overtake there is BP there trying to go on the outside. Jamie is through and up into 2nd position. Remember this time he's 3.5 seconds back, well 3.6 seconds back. Can he? He's 6/10 of a second off the lead at the moment because of course the 3-second penalty which Deneen has just picked up. So yeah, it's all to play for them. Blaz is very close to Slim at the moment, very close indeed, and Vanquish is also very close as well. So Vanquish there is still at the points at the moment, isn't he? Slim is not on the same strategy because of the damage to the wing he had earlier on, didn't he? Unfortunately for Slim, and because he was on a cracking race up to that point back on board Blaz at the moment. So the gap at the front then is still 3.8 seconds. Then BP and Hilsrup are now close behind it. Jamie then. Murphy is now 2nd off, so he's outside DRS zone of Hilsrup at the moment, and Flying Sauce is only 1.7 seconds. So that early, Flying Sauce there still. I was going to say that early pit stop there, but Flying Sauce actually pitted on the similar laps, didn't he? So Flying Sauce is doing a good job to get himself back in there. Blaz there is really now homing in on Slim there. Slim has got another 3-second penalty there as he cut the first corner. That first corner is really brutal, isn't it? Run too wide, you get a penalty. Cut it a bit and you get a penalty as well. Blaz, I feel it needs to get out. Slim is struggling out at the moment as well. Samarellis will be coming in the pits very soon, I believe. He's done 14 laps on those medium tyres. I think those medium tyres are well past their best. I don't think they'll pass the MOT. So, look at this. Oh, Blazer! Oh, a bit of a squeeze there from Slim. Blaz up the inside. Slim is on the outside there. Slim going to get traction there. He's going to get the purchase. He has done 12 laps on those tyres, and he's sticking it behind there. He's sticking it behind there. Blaz flying through. And now he's going to have a go on the outside there. But Blaz has got the last one big unlocked up, and Slim there going off the track. Vanquish is now up into what's happened to 10th position then. Slim has dropped down to 11th, unfortunately. And as you can see, oh, look at this. Now we're back to the battle at the front there. It's all action all over the place. So unfortunately, yeah, Slim locked up, didn't he? And oh no, Jamie's got a 3-second penalty as well. So it's all status quo again now, isn't it? So back on board with Hilsrup. Hilsrup's on a fantastic race, isn't he? Where would he have been if he didn't drop it in Q1? Oh, and I thought he went off there as well. Great save there from Hilsrup. Unfortunately, he's also lost a bit of momentum on BP at the moment. And yeah, where would he have been if he didn't drop it into quality 1? He didn't even get a time, did he, out there at the boat? Hilsrup there, as you can see, going in a bit deep there. And these guys, you can see now the gap is up to 4 seconds at the moment. This is great stuff, isn't it? It's absolutely tense, isn't it, at the front? Flying Sauce is now inside Murphy's DRS at the moment. And also Vanquish is now homing in on Blaz. He is through and up into... Oh, he's gone a bit wide. Vanquish has gone wide there. And now Blaz is back through as well, back in the right position. This is a great old battle, isn't it? Blaz, Vanquish, Slim, they're all battling for 8th, 9th, and 10th. So Vanquish has got on the inside then. Blaz is on the... look at Slim is trying to go on the outside here. Oh my gosh, how did they not touch there? I thought they was going to, but they didn't. And now as Slim there just going line on straight between Vanquish there, flying into the stadium sector. This is a good old ding-dong battle, isn't it? Brilliant stuff, and it's there. This is, remember, the battle for 9th position. This is Alpin, Samarellis Santarelli's pulled away off it because he's now just 6.7 seconds. Good stuff there from Santarelli's side. So he's got a battle. And look who's in the background as well. This is going to be a 4-car battle because Lucas has now joined in on the action as well. 12 cars that remain out of the 17 that started here in the German Grand Prix. We have lost Ozone and Rocketoni, they collided with each other on that one. Oh, and Vanquish there is, look at this, and look, Blas is on the inside, he is on the inside, oh look, this is going, oh, very tasty as well, Blas is flying on the inside, he stopped it, and oh, now he's right behind, he's DRS, oh my gosh, and look at this is so close, they're banging wheels, Blas and Vanquish are banging wheels, Slim is also, look at this, a free express going down into the hairpin. Incredible stuff. And now Lucas is involved as well. This is brilliant stuff. Blas is still in 9th position. Wow. 12 laps to go around here. 12 laps to go. And look, now Slim is dive. Oh, that's a big old lunge. Oh no, he's gone into Lucas. That's damaged the wing plate of Lucas and the Slim there, unfortunately. Vanquish is now in the 10th position. Lucas is down his front wing. That's going to have to come in the pits. Murphy's got a 3-second penalty. Damage for Slim as well. Oh dear. That was a cracking battle all the way up to that point, and it's unfortunate. I can't believe that was absolutely incredible stuff until that point. Yellow flying free, and Slim is off the track there, and Sunrise is in the pits. Then, oh my gosh. Dave said epic battle. Oh, and Slim just jumping into the pits. Dave said an absolutely epic battle. Flying Saucers up into 5th position, and Murphy has dropped down to 6th position. As Murphy is now starting to drop back now, isn't he? As we go to the later stages of the race then. But remember, he has 1 lap younger tyres at the moment. But that was a great old battle. But Slim, unfortunately, moved on the power too early. And him and Lucas, they come together. What a shame there. That was an absolutely entertaining battle right up to that point. I really enjoyed that. And Blas and Vanquish are going to go for round 2. Well, I don't think it's round 2, it's round 3 or 4, isn't it? As the gloves are now starting to come off now, isn't it? Between and this is going to be great stuff indeed. Really look forward to this. We'll keep an eye on that on the tower, because let's just rejoin the battle at the front, because Jamie hasn't shook off BP. BP is absolutely outstanding race. Remember what Dave said earlier? Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty. Oh, what a shame. But remember what Dave said earlier about BP? He's on course for a podium at the moment, isn't he? And he's just got to keep it going. And he is really matching the Mercedes, isn't he? He is fighting tooth and nail. We got the second McLaren in 5th position. It's great to see both the McLarens flying out there. It really is. And now then, BP is gaining again. Look at Deneen. He is just out in front. He's going for a second win. Now he's on the outside. Jamie is on the inside. BP has got on the outside. Oh my gosh! And Jamie just getting a bit of a squeeze there, but they're going side by side, wheel to wheel. And they're flying through. Jamie is still in 6th position. This is good defending, isn't it? From Jamie. As it stands in the championship, Jamie will retake the lead in the Drivers' Championship then. So, this will be the second time this season that the championship has swapped positions. And Jamie will return back up to the top of the standings then. But that is 11 laps. That's 10 laps down the line, mind. So that is still a long way to go. And Dave Harris should get cheering on BP. He is having a crack at him. Oh, yellow flag one. Slim is out. Slim is out of the race then. And Slim is out. I think the trio has ended a miserable day today. He had a cracking start, didn't he, up until just on board. And pushed hard in turn 1. And that's a big old smash. And that'll be a safety car, really. As that is on the pit exit there. Very dangerous place for a car to be. As look at this. He's pushing him through turn 2. Back on board, Slim now. Look, DRS, he is down. Look at this. He's gaining. Look at this. He's going to go on the inside. Jamie decides to go on the outside. And he's going to be inside there. And look, there's Hills Rap as well. Oh my gosh, he cuts across. He is up into 2nd position. Where is the Mercedes? He's on the outside. There's Hills Rap on the inside then. Wow, great racing. BP is up into 2nd position. Hills Rap is 3rd, or is he? Because oh my god, he's going on the inside. Oh no! That's a big blow for the championship, for the man who was going to lead the championship. Hills Rap is up into 2nd. BP is in 3rd position. Flying Saucers in 4th. Murphy is in 5th position. And where is Jamie? Jamie's got damage, I think, on the Mercedes. Let's have a look. Someone had damage. I think it was the Mercedes. It is the Mercedes, so that's a big blow for Jamie at the moment. So he ain't going to take at the moment, as it stands, he will take the lead. It would be joined to the top, but that I don't think that's going to stand because of Jamie's having He's going to have to come in the pits, isn't he? Because that is a lot of damage, a lot of wing damage. Hills Rapper is up in the second position. He's having a cracking race, isn't he? It's this has been incredible. Vanquish has got by a blast. Sorry, I missed that. We was watching the battle here. And Dave said, yeah, Jamie, that was crazy. It was quite a long way back, wasn't it? And he's in the pits now as well. So this is, oh dear, because remember that Jamie would have been taking the lead in the championship, but that is not the case now, is it? He has dropped down to 10th position. Vanquish there again is showing well, it's just showing his resilience there, isn't he? Really, he's up into 7th now. He's 21 seconds. Another lock up there. He's 21 seconds away from Yor, but then Yor's in this battle for second. Well, Deneen is Slimmers left for session. Deneen is now in the is now 6.9 seconds in front of Hilser Up. Has Hilser Up got any more? Remember, he's got 3 lap younger tyres at the moment of Deneen. And I think Deneen is now starting to stretch it out. He's going for a second race win of the season. This will put him right back in contention in the championship, won't it? And that's great to see, isn't it, for Deneen? It really is. Since making his debut in IRC Elite, he has he really has shown flashes of speed, hasn't he? And now Deneen there going for a second race win, and I'm looking very forward to this, isn't it? Round 12, aren't we, of the Elite League. We got 9 more rounds to go, but this is going to go down to the wire, isn't it? We're going to have a showdown in Abu Dhabi, I think, judging from this, because no one can seem to pull away from anywhere. Vanquish is having a difficult day, but Jamie was having a good day compared to Vanquish, but unfortunately it all went awry in front of the Mercedes grandstand there. He was driving a Mercedes as well, wasn't he? So that is that's a big blow. But what can Jamie do? He's now second behind Samarellis. He is not he's 2.1 seconds behind Blaz, and Blaz is 2.7 seconds behind Vanquish. So Vanquish is still obtainable, but I think if he does get in front of Vanquish, that's only 2 points difference, which means they'd be tying in the lead of the championship then. Oh my gosh, incredible stuff. So back on board BP. Tell you what, Hillsrop's been absolutely a star today, hasn't he? He's now starting to gain, but we're keeping an eye on that because the leader's been yo-yoing up and down, hasn't it? And Jamie is now getting very, very close to Samarellis in the battle for 9th and 10th for Jamie. Oh, I feel that I feel he was in 4th position still, and to be honest, that gaggle of cars just doesn't seem to break away, does it? So I feel that if he's in 4th position, he still had a good opportunity there of some of getting back through, or maybe because these guys just and the Flying Saucers have gone the power, and he has dropped down to 5th position because Murphy is back up in the 4th. So he is doing a great job, isn't he, Murphy? It's absolutely cracking job. It's going to be difficult for driver of the day today, isn't it? Of course, the drivers do vote in the driver chat for driver of the day. Well, who is it going to be? Deneen has had absolutely fantastic race. He got a great qualifying and just to really control the race. Hills are up from 16th on the grid up into 2nd. BP has had an absolutely outstanding race, hasn't he? He's come alive today. It's been great to see. Same with Murphy in 4th position and Flying Sauce in 5th. They've had some incredible battles out there. As what's happened to Blaz? Oh, this is what happened to Blaz. They're battling. They're really battling tooth and nail because Blaz has got damage, and now Jamie is up into 9th position. Then Blaz has dropped down to 10th. And we've also got a battle between Samarellis is next on Jamie's hit list. As you can see, Vanquish is pulling away now. He's 4 seconds back. Jamie needs to catch Vanquish by a second a lap, and then to overtake as well. Remember, catching is one thing, passing is quite another. So yeah, it's looking very, very difficult for Jamie as well. Vanquish is going to extend this lead after all is said and done in this race at the moment. So Hillsrap is now starting to reel in Deneen. It's a similar situation to what his teammate Jamie's in at the moment. So yeah, it's Deneen does look very good, very fine Vettel at the moment, doesn't he? But Hillsrap is I'm not sure about the penalties at the moment, but remember, Hillsrap does have fresher tyres as well. Blaz is dropping down now. He's got a 13-second gap between himself and his teammate Lucas. So I'm wondering if he might need to just keep a grip on that 10th position now. Now Samarellis has done 6 laps on those soft tyres. Lucas has set the fast out of the race. He will not get the point unless he overtakes Blaz. So that's an incentive now for Lucas. He'll get an extra point if he gets in front of Blaz. And look, Jamie is now, of course, on the inside. He is up into 8th position. And where's Samarellis? Samarellis is just diving. Oh, we've had a contact there. Samarellis there is damaged his front end plate, and that is going to be difficult to drive towards the end of the race there. So Samarellis is now dropped down to 9th position and a damaged front wing as well. Back to the lead, back to the leading contenders at the moment. Lean 5.9. Hills are up second. Then we've got BP 1.4 seconds back. He is stretching away from Murphy at the moment. Flying Saws did look like he had the bit between his teeth, didn't he? But unfortunately, got on the power too early around here. And now he's gone wide around here again. And in turn 3 and 4. And you can see this is the corner where he got on the power too early, and someone kept on the wall there. So good stuff for Flying Saws. But yeah, he's now, and BP is now starting to drop it. Is now starting to pull away. BP is now going. Flying Saws is going to go to the inside of Murphy. He is through and up into 4th position, and Murphy there dropping down to 5th there. I don't think Murphy fought that one too hard, to be honest. But I'm wondering if he. I can't remember Murphy's having many penalties, so I'm wondering if he. I wonder if he knows about the penalty situation. Remember, Jeff can tell you about the penalty situation. So yeah, and to all the penalties, Blad's got another 3-second penalty, so he's adding to his woes down at the moment. Now, as Flying Saws got the pace then to catch up to BP, might have 2 McLarens battling for the podium places at the moment. Oh, this has been an absolutely entertaining race. Did you expect anything else? So when you hear of IRC Elite, basically you need to grab the popcorn because you're about to be entertained. Brilliant stuff in this race tonight. And as we're now starting to settle down at the moment, Deneen there is now 3 laps away from the end. He's got a 3-second penalty. I can't remember how many laps, how many seconds Hills Rap has. Yor is now all over the back of Murphy as well in the battle for 5th and 6th. Murphy has had an outstanding drive today. It's been stellar. I think Yor had a difficult day today, hasn't he, in the Renault. He hasn't looked on the same pace as the guys in front of him, but now he's starting to come into his own, isn't he, later on in this race. Flying Saws BP, brilliant stuff. Hills are up. I'm not sure. Is he my driver today? Oh, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? Oh, as you can see now, Yor's going for the switchback here on Murphy. Murphy then, they're going to have a drag race. And Yor just tucks in, doesn't he? As you can see there, because Murphy is punching a hole in the air. And now he's going to have a lunge on the inside. Oh, Murphy gave him just about enough for him. Just a car's width, nothing more, nothing less. And that's exactly within the rules. But Murphy there is not going to... Murphy is doing a great job. This is going to be his first points of the season for Murphy. Remember, it's only his 2nd race, though, isn't it? So, and Blas is now up into 9th position because, Samarelis and Blas are battling very hard there for the final pole here. Samarelis there is through it up into 9th position. Oh, he's got a 3-second penalty, and Blas there, was he going to have a look? No, not quite. So, Samarelis is still in 9th position. Blas is still in 10th. Samarelis really struggling on, I think that's a lot more damage, isn't it, on the Williams there. So he is struggling, and of course those tyres, and Blas flying up the inside there. Brilliant. So Samarelis going to have a go in the sack skirt. Oh no, not quite. It's very nice. Oh, but Blas has gone wide. Oh, he's gone very wide. Blas has. He's in the gravel. And I think that's. I think that might be the end for Blas's day in terms of battling for 9th position. Now I think that might also be the points gone as well for Blas. Lap 32 out of 34. And Murphy has now all of a sudden started to put a lot more pressure on Flying Saws. As Flying Saws made a similar mistake, Murphy having a look. I thought he was going to have a go there. Of course, I remember we've seen a couple of incidents there with Jamie as well, didn't we, earlier on there? Murphy ain't going to make the same mistake, is he? And now then coming into the stadium section, then this is a good old battle. I'll tell you what, this has been a great old battle, hasn't it? Great strong battle this has been as well. Deneen has been flying. He's been out in front. The grab hasn't stretched too far, has it, for Deneen? I wonder if he's been controlling the pace. Hills Rap is second. He has done a cracking job today, hasn't he? Hills Rap has. I'm to and fro where he's my driver of the day, to be honest, because I think that there's been absolutely outstanding. I think the first 6 have been brilliant today. They have been they've been fearless, peerless. They've been brilliant, and it's been a cracking out. Oh, no, you're just giving Murphy a nudge, I think, telling him to get on with it, really. And now they've all got DRS. I think Murphy there is battling away, though, isn't he, with the McLaren? Now they are. Lovely shot here on the curb there. It's now that, of course, as they're coming down to the hairpin now, then, and Yor's going to have a look then. Is he going to have a look? He is going to have a look. He is siring up the inside there. And well, Murphy will have the inner side line and should have more momentum then. He does have more momentum. He also has the inside for the next turn, but I think I think that this is the turn you need the inside turn for, just in front of the Mercedes grandstand. So Yor's now up in the 5th position. Murphy's dropped down to 6th then. Oh, Yor's gone very wide there, hasn't he, in the Renault. I'm loving these aerial shots at the moment. Lap 33 out of 34 in this An absolutely incredible race on. There's BP there just in front of us. Now penalties dependent. BP is on course for a podium. This will be his first podium of the season. No, it won't. It'll be his second podium of the season, I think. No, it is his first podium of the season, because I think Flying Sauce had a podium earlier on, didn't he, in the season. So BP there aiming for his first podium of the season, in cracking stuff indeed. Gap is down to 4.6 seconds ahead between Deneen and Hilserath. We're on the final lap of the German Grand Prix. I can't take my eyes off this battle. It's been brilliant. It's been absorbing. Talking of absorbing, the two championship rivals are now going at it as well. Remember, Jamie's got 10 laps fresher tyres than Vanquish, and also Vanquish is on. Oh, look at this! Jamie there is really gaining, isn't he? As well. This is the. Remember, if Jamie gets by, he will be joint top of the table with Vanquish on round 12 out of 21. And you can see he's got DRS there. He's got DRS on John's. We got to also be worried about where Deneen is, because we don't want to miss him coming across the line. Vang, and up the inside. Up the outside goes Jamie, and he is through, or is he? No, because Vanquish comes back at him, but now Jamie's got the purchase. And brilliant stuff from Jamie then, so he's back up. But this is even better. Deneen wins the German Grand Prix. Fantastic for Deneen, his second race win of the season. Hilserath didn't have a. Oh, look at that! It's 1.4 seconds in between them. BP is third. Murphy is fourth. Murphy there, clean race. BP a clean race. Third and fourth for Murphy and BP. You're in fifth position. Flying Sauce in sixth position. Jamie will finish seventh and 2 points in front of Vanquish, which will mean that Jamie will be joint leading the championship with Vanquish. Oh, it could have been so much better for Jamie after that wild move in front of the grandstand there. The Mercedes grandstand. Seventh position for Jamie. No, then Vanquish is back in it. Vanquish has got less penalties, so he is seventh. Jamie is eighth. Sam Morales and Lucas are battling for 9th and 10th, and as they come through the final couple of corners, and he stole it. He stole it on the last corner there for Lucas. Remember, he's got fast up as well. Lucas has. He doesn't. Sam Morales gets 9th. Blas gets 10th. And Lucas, unfortunately, doesn't get any points at all. So he went from potential 2 points down to none now. Whoa. And now then, and it's been brilliant. Dave said the championship contenders wheel to wheel, and the championship is wide open again, because this man has just blown it wide open, hasn't he? Hilserath, a great drive to second today. Absolutely mesmerising drive for second. And BP, third position, his first podium of the season now. Brilliant drive from both McLaren drivers today. Wow. And remember, we've got to do all this again tomorrow, haven't we? But this time, it is the super drivers, isn't it? Of course, remember, Super League is the IRC Super League is on tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. UK time. Of course, as we're going to replay this race with the super drivers at 8 p.m. and really look forward to that. Of course, not that bad still away. Jonathan Cox and RE Racing and Matt kind of get the see if they can pull anything back. As not that bad in the second of 3 races where he's on holiday. So Deneen then from pole position to checker flag. Wasn't that simple? Well, it was getting very close at the end there. 1.4 seconds. Hilserath was 1.4 seconds away from completing an absolutely incredible drive from 16th on the grid to second there. How close would he have been? How close was he to getting from 16th to win? That was incredible. BP, great drive from fifth today. Murphy for his best result of the Elite League. Brilliant stuff. You're in fifth position again. Flying Sauce from 14th to 6th. Strong drive. Vanquish in 7th in the end there. Jamie, what could have been in 8th position there. Samarella's 9th, and Blas is in 10th position. And so Lucas there got fast start, but unfortunately doesn't get the point because he's outside the top 10. Those are the final classifications, Ed. Just a shout out then to both Vanquish and Hilserath for not getting any penalties around this very difficult track, where it's a penalty area track, isn't it? This is Jacob. I don't think Jacob got back in his car in the end, but so he's not classified. So he is 12. So he retired. Slim retired as well. He had a cracking start, and it all just went pear-shaped, didn't he? Maxi in 14th position retired. Sended Lennon on his return with Rocket Tony and Ozone crashing out on the opening few rounds of this epic German Grand Prix. Wow. Remember, keep an eye on Facebook, because the driver standards will be updated and will be released momentarily. It's going to be so close, isn't it? As Dave said, it's absolutely incredibly close. This race has really blown it wide open, hasn't it? And remember, the next time that the elite guys will be racing and in action will be the Hungarian Grand Prix. Of course, in a week's time, same time of Wednesday night. It is a very tight, twisty circuit. It's a dust bowl, isn't it? Very old school track as well. Been on the calendar since 1986. So looking forward to that. Some very historic Grand Prix out. I'm looking forward to seeing what the elite boys can do around there. It's going to be good stuff. But remember, tomorrow, more importantly, for now anyway, from the time point of view, tomorrow is the Super guys' turn as they'll be attacking this German Grand Prix. I wonder what if they've been looking at their strategy. It looks like it's a straightforward medium to soft. It might be in terms of strategy, but it's not in terms of racing, is it? So join us tomorrow as we'll be returning for another dose of IRC. But for now, it's goodbye.